This week's lesson coincides with our latest podcast episode, which focuses on the narrator and the point of view we use for our novel. We've had a healthy debate here regarding the importance of choosing our narrator and essentially how the discussion of different points of view is probably one of the most boring topics in writing. However, we have come to the conclusion it is probably the most important, and surprisingly, when we actually become authors, it opens up a world of possibilities. First, I think you've been given a list of novels and been asked to match them to the different points of view. We had a look through, and essentially we got them all wrong. I believe. Yes, I think we did. What this exercise I think really teaches us all is the importance of actually understanding the points of view available to you, because a lot of the time when we first pick up a pen, we go to what is natural from our own essentially unconscious bias. So the most common form of narration is the third person, past tense, because this is essentially the fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a charming prince, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, this is only one form of third person narration. And once we get a hang of the fact that we can change the tense to present tense to illustrate some form of illustrate that things are yet to happen and that we are in essentially the moment, this changes how our story is viewed by the reader. I think one element that we found most interesting was the combinations between the two. Taking classic novels and reimagining them from a different point of view. For example, take Gone Girl, a novel written in the first person from two different sides. What would this have been like if it was written in the third person omniscient, for example? It probably would have lost something considerable along the way. And this really helps us as writers, rather than just accepting the first most comfortable form of narration that springs to mind, playing with the format, rewriting some of your work. If it was written in third person, moving it to first person, see what you discover about yourself as a writer and also about your characters. They've got a habit of having a mind of their own and doing things that you don't expect them to, even if you are meant to be controlling them. So, please tune into our podcast when it comes out. And for now, enjoy this week's lesson.